spent way too goddamn long trying to figure out why it just would not delete from the client side. And if you're looking at that and you couldn't figure it out either, fair enough, because I have figured it out. The issue was it was deleting the whole time. I did so many workarounds, so many tests. I created this very quick scoreboard test, yeah? So all the scoreboard does is it pops up. Even for the sake of testing, it's that same widget. Yeah, so pops up, deletes, pops up, deletes. This was my test. So I'm like, okay, I got a working, functioning test. Works on the client side. The only issue I had was, so this works. So I made another function here that hooks directly up into here to delete it. So I'm like, here's my working code. It 100% works at deleting it. And player dies, didn't work. It was saying it was work, see? Should delete. It was saying it should delete. So this was being called, this was working. I spent way too long trying to figure it out. The only way to really work around it was, for whatever reason, I have no idea why. I will never understand why. But it seemed to be spawning multiple instances of the death widget onto the player's screen. So it was working the entire time. It was just not deleting enough instances of that. So, moving forward, I will do this for every widget I create so that there can be no issues. All you do is you create a variable of that widget. And once you've got that variable, we're in the player controller, by the way. So in the player controller, create a variable for the widget that you want to create. And then every time you draw that widget, you make this. It's just a validated get, yeah? So you get your widget, turn that into a validated get. So when you draw this, if this doesn't exist, then you create it and you set it here. Also, you want to be clearing that once it's gone. So now that it is hit, I don't do that at any point. So if we die twice, we may not actually be able to get that back. So we will just very quickly remove from parent. Yeah, that should work. But before we do that, we want to, what did I call it? I think I called it respawn. So clear this. So now it will be gone. We'll add a 1 frame delay just so that it deletes. It clears that 100%, no issues, no issues. It's gone, it's cleared, and then we delete it. That should work. And then if we die again, we should be able to get it back. We want the client. I'll never understand why it was creating multiple instances, but that was driving me insane. Because it's like, you should be working. Okay, it's gone. That's good. Let's die again. We should get another one. Hello. Hello, boys. Recognize me. Yes. Fixed. Works fine. No issues. And this was the only one that I got that was actually working before I could figure it out properly. But I didn't want to remove all widgets because that meant, like, with the scoreboard, for example, if I wanted a scoreboard, then if I remove all widgets, then my HUD's gone, everything's gone. And I don't want to remove everything. You know what I mean? I didn't want to remove everything every time I called some new variable. So I had to figure out why it wasn't working so that I just want to delete the ones that I want to delete. But anyway, so that should be all the fixes. It should all be working just fine now. I'll do a stream later, but